Real men don't wear skirts, right? It feels so good. That is all you can think. No more hiding, no more pretending. The girl you always dreamed of being is ready to come out and play. Don't worry about your size or shape. Worry about how much fun you're having. And it feels amazing, doesn't it? But now you feel the pain. The play is over. The clothes hidden in the drawer. Throw it all away. Forget, forget, forget. Real men don't wear skirts, right? I hear of this cycle again and again, and it pains me. It's okay to feel shame. That's part of the whole identity. It has to be a little taboo to be interesting. But should you really feel that much shame? A guy who gets excited by dressing up and feeling pretty hurts nobody, and should therefore feel no real, long-lasting shame. A guy getting excited about being a girl, nobody gets harmed by that, apart from his own wallet. You think, does this mean I must secretly like men? Will the women be repulsed if they find out? Well, I'll tell you this. I prefer effeminate men. A lot of the biggest female icons of the male persuasion are effeminate. From the Beatles with their cute hair, to David Bowie and his magic crotch in Labyrinth, and even modern boy bands. Look at Felix, a Korean boy band member. There are photos of him wearing what looks like a tartan skirt, and almost 30,000 people have liked them. But what, you continue to ask, what if I'm turning myself into a woman? If the fear is suddenly becoming trans, then think more about the underlying desire. You wouldn't still be excited, would you? If you were trans, you'd feel more comfortable in girl mode, and it wouldn't make you excited. It wouldn't be associated only with that feeling. Maybe the first time you dressed up, but quickly you become more interested in looking feminine than anything else. And for some, it's just a novelty, a hobby. And it doesn't make you less of a man to be confident enough in yourself to cross-dress on occasion. It makes you a human. We all enjoy a bit of make-believe role-play. It's normal. So stop throwing away your happiness. You are sexy. Feel sexy, not shameful. It doesn't matter that you're a boy. Not to me, anyway. You love being called princess, don't you, sweetie? I know you do. Deep down you love hearing it. You're the best, princess. Be yourself, your real self. Dress as a girl. Be happy as a man. Yours, sincerely, Miss Angel. Thank you ever so much for listening. If my voice sounds a little different, I'm trying out a new microphone. First of all, I want to say thank you in particular to Betty for my lovely dress that I wore. And I also want to thank Melissa for talking to me a little about the mentality of cross-dressers, the taboos around it, and how it impacts mental health and general well-being. As you know, I'm a bit of a feminizer, but I would like to think what I do is positive feminization. I think that dressing up as a girl is a good thing. It can make you feel good, and generally it doesn't hurt anyone. More often than not, the people that hurt women the most are those that are the ones that fall under the most stereotypical and negative male characters. You know the types. Not many people feel very worried about a man dress. It's not very threatening. So this is usually the part where I need to thank my patrons and my supporters on Fansly, who without their kind words, support and creative collaboration, none of this would exist. So thank you so much. If you have any interest yourself, you can see the links in the description, and probably in the top comment left by me, if you would like to support what I do or become involved. I also like to encourage people in various creative ways, and I also make different content that's available just for those people that support me. So this is usually the part where I get into a little bit of story time. I do love a bit of story time. So if you hear any sounds, it's me fiddling with my hair. Story time. So I'm going to go back a bit to years ago and talk about a friend I used to have. A friend that I did dress him up when he was a teenager. For a bit of a laugh. I dressed him up. As you may know if you've listened to a few of my videos, I quite like Japanese things, so at the time I had a kind of kimono themed dressing gown. So I dressed him up in that, and I did some silly geisha style makeup, and I made him into a little pretend geisha girl. And we had a laugh and took some photos. This same young man had a bit of a tragic backstory. And I think about, I lost touch with him in university, but I think about him often because I wonder how things turned out. And I'd like to think his story might be one that brings hope to people that are lonely in love. So my friend was what some people of the older generation would call, very politically incorrect, a double adapter. My grandparents used to use that phrase, and it took me a long time to figure out what that meant. Yes, he liked boys and girls, basically. And his first love, his first real proper relationship was with a young man who he experienced many different things with, including losing his virginity and whatnot. And being young and in love, it's very intense. And so even the loss of one's love is even more intense. But it wasn't in a regular sense, where they didn't break up. Fortunately, his boyfriend died in a car accident. And even more problematic, he wasn't allowed to attend the funeral. He'd been advised by some of his boyfriend's friends because his parents didn't know he was gay, didn't know he had a boyfriend. And their beliefs would have probably influenced that. They would have believed it was wrong to be gay. So I'm sure he struggled a lot. Well, sometimes going to the funeral is very important in the grief stage to help you come to terms with it. And my friend being barred from attending the funeral of his boyfriend, his first love, he didn't take it too well. He managed as well as you can for a couple of years. Didn't try dating. Again, did realise that he also liked girls, so there was that. But his best friend, during a time when he was vulnerable, she rejected him. She was too busy for him to give him any comfort. So he reached out to another friend, new friend he made. And she was at the time, my closest friend. But she also couldn't deal with his problems. It was a bit heavy. She was quite young. She was younger than him by a year. And what I heard about it was where she'd contacted me to let me know that he had attempted he had taken some medicine, and his father had found him in the bathroom, and he'd survived that attempt, but my female friend felt guilty that she hadn't responded sooner to his messages asking for help. Well, after hearing about all this and being promised that I wouldn't say a thing, I decided that I would spend more time with this young man. I'm going to give him a name. I'll call him Robert. So I decided to be his emotional crutch. And at some point he actually had a falling out with my friend, who I'll call Emily. He fell out with Emily because some teenage drama, you know how it is. And Emily and her boyfriend said no one was to be friends with Robert anymore, we must leave him be. 16-year-olds. And I decided that I wasn't having that, and I hung up with Robert instead of them. Even though Robert didn't know that I knew, I didn't want him to be alone after what happened. Now, I tried to bring it up at one time when Robert and Emily were friends again, because of course they were. She later dumped that boyfriend who was a bit controlling. And at one point, we were all staying over at her house, and I tried to get Emily to admit that she told me before I heard anything from Robert. But she wouldn't, so I just left it. Because I felt bad. I felt like Robert deserved to know that she'd asked me for help. I don't like keeping secrets from people I'm close to. Anyway, as time passed, Robert went to university, made new friends, fitted in quite well, and I think it allowed him a chance to rebuild his image. We lost touch, as one does. And I'd like to believe that as many years have passed since then, he gave love another chance. And then he got his happy end this time around. And I think that hopefully is true for many of you. I'm sure there's people listening to this who have people that they care deeply about, that they're with, in which case, fantastic. And then there's those who are alone. Maybe they've been heartbroken in the past. Maybe they've never had a chance to find true love. And they just feel like it'll never come their way. And that great big sadness comes upon you and sits on you. And I hope that you're able to be strong and to find other ways to make life good. And if dressing up is one of those things that makes you forget, makes you happy, lets you reinvent yourself like my friend did at university, then congratulations on your new start. I'm very proud of you. You're beautiful, and you deserve to be loved. You deserve that new start. So, thank you once again for listening. Thank you, and good night. Just kidding. Until next time, my darling.